भाई अगर मैं पहले को ऐसा करेंगे ना भाई को नहीं हम सब लोगों को एक साथ खोल दिया भाई को तो मशीन लेके हां सही है मुझे तो एक बार कितना है ये सब क्यों बना है
आज से ज्योग्राफी के सर ये चेक करने वाले बुक
क्या
बुक चेक करने वाले
ज्योग्राफी के सर
हाँ
ज्योग्राफी के बात आ रही है आज ज्योग्राफी हिस्ट्री का
हाँ दोनों है दो घंटा
हाँ हिस्ट्री सिर्फ एक और ज्योग्राफी दूसरा
ये मैसेज तुम लोग के लिए पढ़ना
क्या है ये मैंने कुछ लिखा ही नहीं है हाँ तो आगे चल
नहीं यार मेरे को दिल्ली नहीं जाती दिखता भी है क्या कुछ
तो मैं
अरे नहीं है ज्योग्राफी नहीं है
कोई तो
हिस्ट्री है दिमाग लगा ज्योग्राफी में तो बनाया था क्या हां ज्योग्राफी बनाया था क्या नहीं है हां भगवान है नहीं अब ये दोनों चीजें होती हैं ना नहीं जॉनी बाबा जिंदाबाद
ओके
भाई इतना मतलब एक ही वो
इमेजिन करते रहते हैं इतना क्या है
हां क्रिएटिव साइंस में देखा यार मुझे में देखा यार
कितने बजे घर पे पहुंचा
मैं घर पे ना 3:10 को पहुंचा
भाई
मैं 3:30 को पहुंचा भाई
3:35 पॉइंट क्या मैं खाना तक
मेरी किस्मत इतनी खराब थी
मैं पानी तक नहीं पी के आई
इधर ना चीज ना
बस मुझे पानी चाहिए इधर
यहाँ पे नेट से गेम भी चल रहा है ये दोनों हिस्ट्री है क्या बोला अभी आ गया वीडियो भी निकाल रहा भाई इसका भी मैं आगे बैठा एक और चीज दिखाएंगे आपका ये भाई इसमें क्या दिखाएंगे कोई भी बात नहीं है भाई एक बार यार ना आगे धीरे धीरे करेंगे परमानेंट बेंच है भाई ये ले जाओ भाई मेरा हो गया प्रोजेक्ट यहाँ पे दिखा था तेरे को देख मैं जो चल एक ग्राउंड पड़ जाए तेरी कब बना इसको कैसा दिया मैं बना दी भाई देख पहले तो भरोसा नहीं है हमको भरोसा नहीं है ये क्या है भाई इसने पक्का ये सर ने बता देना नहीं भाई नहीं देता भाई कौन बनाया के बाद क्या 17 बार से का कोई नहीं था एक बार में तो 10 बार एक का कर रहा था एक बार नहीं बनवाया बना के बोला हां 10,000 भाई ना अंबानी कर सकता है अंबानी की जो बात सुना है
Hello, Amir. I never saw Amir getting in.
अरे आगे आओ ना बेबी ठीक है अरे चलिए हिस्ट्री का मार्क्स क्या करना है क्रॉस किया तो मार्क्स क्या करना है नहीं हो पाया मैं बहुत बार बोल रही थी
आ जाओ जल्दी और कौन है पता नहीं और 3 नहीं है
बहुत सारा है आज बहुत लेट हो रहा ना स्कूल से
घर का बहुत से 3
मैं तो 40 का है
ठीक है इधर का अपना पीसी में क्या दिख रहा है आपको कुछ क्वेश्चन बैंक करके
बड़ा धुंधला दिख
क्या हुआ धुंधला दिख रहा है आ जाओ सामने आ जाओ इधर उठो जल्दी तुमने ये उसको बुला इधर
अभी कहाँ आगे
आ जाओ जल्दी आ जाओ Why don't you sit here? Let me sit this side. Come here. ये जो क्वेश्चन बैंक करके दिख रहा है ना ये तुम्हारा एवरी थर्सडे को रिलीज हो जाता है दैट पोर्शन इज व्हाटएवर यू आर गेटिंग टेस्ट पोर्शन ऑन संडेज संडे का जो भी टेस्ट पोर्शन रहता है दैट इज देयर ऑन दिस क्वेश्चन बैंक ओके वो थर्सडे एक ही दिन रहेगा थर्सडे को तुम डाउनलोड करके रखने का उसी के थ्रू तुम प्रिपेयर करो उसमें बहुत सारा क्वेश्चंस रहता है और ये डाउनलोड करने के लिए यू नीड योर लॉगिन आईडी पासवर्ड यूपी से आपको लॉगिन आईडी पासवर्ड मिला होगा अगर नहीं मिला तो मुझे बता ठीक है और ये अच्छे से तैयारी किया तो एटलीस्ट तुम 70-80 क्वेश्चन स्कोर कर सकते हैं नहीं तो एक दो मार्क्स ही हो जाएगा और शायद भी
मैम एक दो काम मैं काम कहाँ है
सॉरी 0 से ऊपर है ना
ना पड़ेगी 10 मिनट पर आप
पढ़ लिया ना मैसेज सबने
वो बक्सा
अरे कितना हमने मार्क किया
अभी दूसरों को
बहुत सारा
हम घंटा पढ़ेगा
50% से ज्यादा मार्क किया
हमने जो पढ़ा वही कैंसिल हुआ
मैम फर्स्ट चैप्टर में कॉन्सिक्वेंस बेसिस सिर्फ एंड ऑफ कंपनी रूल लगाना सब करना है फिर सेकंड चैप्टर में
यार मैम को दिखा
नहीं टेली बेफोरहैंड पहले बता दो
या हमारा टेली
अब चाहिए यार
फर्स्ट 2 चैप्टर
ऐसे बोल के ऐसे का बुक किया
और वो पार्लियामेंट का थोड़ा दिया है
पार्लियामेंट का क्या दिया है
देख
पार्लियामेंट
ले भाई सेकंड में
अरे बे आज से
इधर आ इधर आ इधर आ
हां वो
फर्स्ट चैप्टर से
they are not posted on the net it's there already but they are
फर्स्ट चैप्टर से लेकिन नाम
पूरा
फर्स्ट चैप्टर पढ़ाई हमारे
what are you showing me parliament हां तो पीछे ना पूरा
अबे इनका भी कट रहा है बोर्ड से कट हुआ है बोर्ड से
is it the same what you had last year
See ma'am, this part is there, then all of this is cut. All of this is cut.
this is not there then you have it from ठीक है
First chapter में consequences का only end of company. All of everything else is cut in that chapter. बाकी everything else is there.
second में
Second chapter में
अरे मैं नहीं रहा था मैं खेल ही रहा था
this is not there. Effects
वो
of
आया
social
भी
religions,
ज्यादा
because search is also not there. Just remember the name. Then ma'am, yeah, economic exploitation is also not there. Repressive colonialism is there.
ठीक है I'll go home and I'll take a print out
Yeah, ma'am, but I suggest not to take it down. Ma'am, because they keep changing it. That's why.
and they said you can cut
Yeah, we can. Or we might not.
You can see that I don't have I forgot.
We all we don't have फिर तुम मार्क किस में करोगे?
तो दूसरे बैग में वन छोड़ के
सेम है।
I mean, like we use this.
देख
ठीक है।
देखो ना मैम
अभी तो फिलहाल तो यहाँ पे बैठ गया। ये मार्क करना होगा।
देखना
आयाम, तन्मय, सोहम।
मैम मेरे पास एक स्कूल का बैग है।
Okay. Last time I told you to learn some of those answers.
I was too absent, ma'am.
You were very much there.
I was mentally absent.
Anyway, that's what I was going to say. I won't ask because we'll start with a new lesson. So I don't. So हम sign here अंदर.
तेरे पास का पढ़ेंगे तेरे को पता है क्या है
Now pay attention. This is a very easy lesson. First lesson of your civics, the Union Legislature. When India became independent, we decided to draft our own constitution. Girls, you can mark that later. We decided to draft our own constitution and we decided we will have federal system of government. Now, what is federal system of government? क्या मतलब है ये फेडरल सिस्टम का?
State and central government have equal.
Okay.
Both the state government has more power than the central.
No, it is not federal system.
That is.
Okay. So federal system means you said both central government and state government has equal powers.
I told that
State government has more. Okay. Federal system. Okay, so you have understood, but federal system means the power is divided into both central government and state government. Okay. Will it be equal?
Yes.
More or less no. Okay. But who is always strong?
Central.
Okay. Central is definitely strong. Federal system of government means the power is divided between the center and the state. Now, and it is clearly marked what are the powers enjoyed by the center and what are the powers enjoyed by the state. Now, why do you think? Now, first, when we started, or when the constitution was framed, there were only two-tier system. There was central government and then there was state government. After a few years, they realized that this is not enough. And they decided to enter or start. So there is center, state, and then they decided that there should be a third tier. And what is that third tier? You have done that last year.
judicial.
Panchayati system.
Municipality.
That's right. Panchayati system. Then, so they introduced panchayat or municipalities. Okay. So we decided we should have federal system of government. What does federal system mean? The power is divided between center and state. So earlier there was two-tier system, central government, state government. After a period of time, they introduced the third tier. What was the third tier? Panchayat and or the municipality. So now we have three-tier system: central government, state government, and panchayat system. The question is, why do we need a federal system of government? Why should we have federal system of government?
So that states will not have
on their own and have one supreme power who is looking after the
Smooth flow of governance. Okay, to keep everything in check and to keep everybody in check.
and to ensure that everybody gets equal amount.
How many states do we have in India?
28.
28 states. And how many union territories? 8 union territories. That's it. If you see, every state is very, very distinct. Every state has different language, different demands, different geographical conditions. If you say, if the center decides that the month of May should be holiday all over India for all the schools, it is best for us. But surprisingly, it will not work for the Himachal Pradesh, the and the northeastern states where the winters are harsh. Who will understand their condition? The local government. Now, if we say, let's say, mustard oil should be used everywhere, many states would approve that. But maybe the states in the south and states in the other part will not like it. Or if we say coconut oil should be made cheaper and available everywhere, some states may enjoy, but other states would not like it. What I'm trying to say is our food habits, our geographical conditions are, and therefore our local problems and demands are very, very different. A center cannot understand that. Only the state government will understand that. Even after a while, they realize that even the state government is not capable of handling everything and understanding everything. We need these municipalities and panchayat sabhas who will know the regional problems and they will communicate. Okay? And therefore, for the country like India, which is so diverse in its geography, in its problems, in its food habits, language, everything. See, one thing, Hindi should be made a national language and made it compulsory. Gets so much opposition from different states. Even we can't even come on consensus with one common language because we have our regional languages and we don't want to lose the importance of our regional languages. So therefore, federal system of government was the best pattern for India. You said most of this is cancelled. Okay. So this is what basically this part says, why India should have federal system, plus by giving state some powers, they have made it more effective. At the same time, by making center strong, see here the center is very, very strong. By making center strong, they have kept check on all the states. Though we live in a federal system, no state can break away from India. They can say, we are independent, we have our own government. That doesn't work. They have their government, but they can't break away from India. You have the other part? You only have starting from Lok Sabha.
Union Parliament.
Okay. Since he is in his school, they haven't told. I'll just tell you in short. First is a strong center. Actually,
It's going to be state. सर ने बोला हम लोग शेयर करके
इतना ही कट किया हुआ है।
नहीं अब तक इतना ही कट किया है तुमने बताया है
Oh, online में Ayan. Oh, hello Ayan. I didn't see you. Ayan and Ayan, have they told you anything about portion being cancelled?
No, ma'am. They are just told to follow the syllabus given in the box.
Sorry?
They are just told to follow the syllabus given in that big box below the heading.
Okay, okay.
Miss, some part is cancelled.
Some part is cancelled, no?
Yes,
Okay, fine.
including this non-federal or unitary features.
Fine. See, what you have in this part is how union is strong. There are 3 lists in the constitution. They have given us 3 lists. One is called union list. The second one is called state list. The third one is called concurrent list. What does that mean? In that it clearly mentions what are the which subjects will be handled by union, which subjects will be handled by state, and concurrent list are the subjects which can be handled by both union and state. So what do you have in state union list? Subjects like defense, external affairs, finance. These are completely science and technology are completely under the jurisdiction power of the center. What are the powers which subjects are handled by the state? So in state list, you have topics like agriculture, you have topics like sanitation, health, all this is in the state list. What are the concurrent lists? In concurrent list, you have subjects like education, railway, transport, where you have both state and center have jurisdiction. So that is in constitution, it is clearly defined what the state list is, what the union list. They don't interfere, they cannot interfere. But if suppose it's a matter of education, if the state does not agree, there is disagreement between center and state, then what happens? The issue goes to the Supreme Court. If there is any fight, Supreme Court intervenes and the issue is solved. If there is any disagreement, usually the center has the upper hand. Center is strong. Okay. Our constitution is very, very flexible. It changes according to changing time. It is not that 1950 में बनाया था, अभी इसका कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, कुछ भी इसमें change नहीं हो सकता है. That's not true. They have given the power to the parliament to change the constitution. Okay, so our constitution is very flexible. We'll come to the union parliament because that is what you have mostly, and that is what is the important part. You understand what is the meaning of legislature? What is legislature?
The Indian constitution that has 3 organs:
Yes.
legislative, executive, and judicial.
Yes.
So, legislation is one of them. They make all the rules, and executive has to implement, and judiciary has to punish who are not.
That's right. What she said is right. The government has 3 organs. It's legislature. I'm just writing in short. Legislature, executive, and judicial. Okay. What is legislature? Legislature is nothing but the parliament. The Parliament of India is legislature. So when we talk about legislature, means parliament. Who's the executive? Parliament makes rules, makes laws, they passes the bills, and executive executes them, implements them. That's right. So Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers, PM and his Council of Ministers is the executive. They are also part of the Parliament, but there's a separate group, that is Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. They execute all that is passed. And what is judiciary? The Supreme Court and the High Court. If there are any disputes, they intervene and solve it. So today we are going to learn about the union legislature, the legislature in the central government, and that is Parliament. Okay. Now this Parliament, when we talk about Parliament, a Parliament or union legislature, the head, who is the head of this? Union legislature,
President.
the president. Very good. The president is the head. President is the head, and the union legislature or parliament is then divided. It has two houses. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. See, these are some common questions. Who is the head of the legislature? Who is the president?
President.
What are the two houses of the parliament? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now let's find out. How are the members elected for Lok Sabha?
Direct.
People directly elect the members to Lok Sabha. So members directly elected by people. What is the term? 5 years. All these members are elected for 5 years. 5 years. Parliament can get dissolved if there is some problem and if Prime Minister says, sorry, then yes,
Then
it can dissolve.
and if there is some national emergency, you can extend a year by year.
And if there is any emergency, then it can also extend. Emergency in this case is like if there is war. Then
COVID, yeah.
not
Yeah, ma'am, because how will people go and vote at that time? The peak of 2020.
okay. But there was no, luckily we didn't have any elections during that time. Of course, there was.
Even UP,
Bengal also had
During the
elections.
time of
During the time
Usually, see, national, this is central government. So usually emergency is if there is war, like situation and the government cannot, that is the time when they declare emergency. And because then all the efforts are concentrated in winning the war. Or the way in 1975, Indira Gandhi declared emergency. That was a different case. She declared emergency. There were many different things. A prime minister has the right to declare emergency if he or she thinks that the situation in the country is not right. In her case, it had so happened. It's a long story. She was found guilty of using the government machinery. No one should use government machinery while by contesting the elections, or for you have all those election ke pehle wale rallies. You are not, even if you were earlier a prime minister, you should not use government machinery. You should use party money, you should use party people, you should use your own people. So she was found guilty. Election was conducted. She and the opposition party member, whoever was there, he filed a case saying that in the so the opposition member, he said that she won the election, he lost, he was also a very good candidate. He filed a case saying that she used government machinery, she used government cards, she used government officials to do her election campaigning. She used probably the funds. Yes, she was found guilty. She was found guilty, and the next day was the result. And everybody knew the result. And had the result been guilty, then she would have to resign, and she wouldn't have been the prime minister or contest election for next 5 years. That was the condition. So before that result could come, she declared emergency. force the president to declare emergency. The minute the emergency is declared, the prime minister becomes like a dictator. So that is one and the only case in India.
How many years ago?
It can go on for 1 year only.
How long was this? Indira Gandhi.
1 year.
A year back.
When?
Yeah.
It happened in, if I'm not wrong, 75.
75.
1970.
Okay.
So, okay. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha directly elected, term 5 years, and it can get extended by a year only in case of emergency. What is the maximum? What is the composition? Maximum
What is the worst it goes on?
550.
What is the worst it goes on like after a year? Yeah.
What is then it is being extended by 6 months.
Not a year, right?
6 months after that.
If with the
After 1 year, 6 months. Then again 6 months. But इतना तो war नहीं चलना चाहिए. Know how to stop it. COVID-like situation also went on for a year actually.
National emergency का है.
Yes,
Government का गिरा है.
अरे नहीं लॉकडाउन
what kind of treatment like a national emergency? Like an international emergency? Even national.
कुछ आगे रोक सकता है क्या?
Okay, now let's come back to this. Maximums 550. Out of this, 530 members are from state, elected from state, and 20 are elected from union territory. Earlier, 18 members were elected from union territories and 2 members were elected from Anglo-Indian communities. But that condition was kept only for a period of 70 years. So 70 years got over in 2020 and that clause has been removed. So now we don't have those 2 Anglo-Indian members from Anglo-Indian community, 530 and 20. Any idea what is the current strength of Lok Sabha? Very interesting number. 543. That's the current strength of Lok Sabha. Sorry? Parliament, Lok Sabha is Lok Sabha. Winning and you are.
winning side is 323.
That is a majority, right?
That is the BJP and allies. BJP and allies. Now here we are talking about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha includes all party members that are elected to Lok Sabha.
Okay.
What about the last 7? Or is it?
No, see,
Compulsory that it
Mare
should be
ke
550 people
mare
only?
no, there cannot be 550 in India. This is the maximum number. There are only 543 constituencies in India. अगर बढ़ाना पड़ा तो यहाँ तक ही जाएगा और 7 ही constituencies. Now, what about Rajya Sabha? How are these members elected? Any idea?
आज इतना ही पता है.
आज इतना ही पढ़ा. Okay.
Through the legislative assembly.
Yes, through
Legislative assembly.
state legislative assemblies. That's right. This is direct election.
Indirect.
This is indirect election. Indirect means what? Every state has a legislative assembly. जैसे सेंटर में पार्लियामेंट है, लोकसभा, राज्यसभा, स्टेट में भी है. It is called विधानसभा, विधान परिषद. State legislative assembly. The members of the state legislative assembly elect members for Rajya Sabha. Some members from them are elected for Rajya Sabha. Samjha? So they are indirectly elected by state legislative assembly and union territories. The legislative assemblies of state and UTs. कुछ समझा? Now, I'll come to that. What is the term of Rajya Sabha? Now, It is called a permanent body.
Permanent house cannot be dissolved at
It never gets dissolved. The total term of every member is 6 years. And 1/3 of the total number of members retire every 2 years. And new members get elected. Means that if there are say 100 members, 33 members will retire. See, 6 years term. So, kisi ka to 6 years. It's so how it started. First, only 33 were there. Then after 2 years, more 33. After 2 years, more 33. So total, say 99, 100 people in Rajya Sabha. What is the total strength of Rajya Sabha? I'll come to that later. 33 members retire after every 2 years. Every 2 years. After completing their 6 years term. The total term is 6 years. Each member has 6 years term.
If someone dies,
Then he will be replaced by some other member. He will be replaced. That's he will be there. ये थोड़ा difficult है समझने I want to explain. Then let's say there are A, B, C members. These are the members A, B, C. A got elected in 2000. When will he retire? 2006. Okay. He retires in 2006. B got selected because after 2 years, 1/3 of the members retire and those 1/3 get elected. So he got elected in 2002. What is his? 2008. He got elected in 2004. His is 2010. By the time, so this is how 2 years के gap से 1/3 of the people get retired and new 2 get elected. 2006 में A batch retired हो गई. उसके बाद they got new batch got re-elected. So वो 2006 वाला 2012 में चलेगा. ये 2008 में retire हो गया. New batch got elected from them and vice versa. So ये चलता रहता है. The house never gets dissolved. इसका पूरा election कभी नहीं होगा.
it means one candidate can never get again.
No, he can get re-elected.
So how will be?
He will get re-elected. ये term. So 6 years के बाद if he wants, he can get लेकिन उसको choose करना चाहिए ना लोगों ने. अगर state assembly ने उसको select किया, elect किया, तो वो फिर से जा सकता है राज्यसभा में. बन सकता है. But just remember, the term is 6 years. 1/3 of its members retire after every 2 years, and new members are elected. It never dissolves completely, and therefore it is called a permanent body. This is a very, very common question. Remember, Rajya Sabha is known as a permanent body. Why?
because it cannot be dissolved after 2 years.
No, it can never be dissolved. Full stop.
Then each member retires.
1/3.
1/3 of its
Members.
members get retired
Every 2 years.
after every 2 years, and the next set of members are elected.
Yes. And the term
And
of
the
every member is
6 years, and the cycle goes on and on.
Yes. And the cycle goes on. Now, what is the total strength? Maximum 250. Out of that, now here you have elected members and nominated members. So out of this,
12 are nominated.
yes, 238 are elected by the state and union legislatures. union territories. And 12 members are nominated. Who nominates them?
President.
The president nominates. Who are these members? These are the people who have done
Practical experience.
who have done some great work in sports, music, art, entertainment, or science, in different fields. So they choose one from different fields. So you have Hema Malini going in the Rajya Sabha, Sachin Tendulkar being nominated for Rajya Sabha, Lata Mangeshkar was nominated for Rajya Sabha, and there were many others such those who have done a great work in the field of science and business and whatever. So Rahul Bajaj was nominated for Rajya Sabha. He was an industrialist. Who? Anil Ambani was? Okay. So I don't know, probably. So these are 12 nominated members. I don't know if Anil Ambani was. They have such busy people. Probably, of course. I don't know, but he must have. If you are saying. यहाँ तक ध्यान में आया, there are maximum questions on this. What is the total strength of Rajya Sabha?
550.
250. How many are elected? 238 are elected. How many are nominated? 12 are nominated. Who nominates them? Soham. कुछ नहीं चालू किया. Zip up. Who nominates these members to Rajya Sabha? President. Yes, indirectly, the state legislative assembly elect. So those 238 members which are elected by the legislative assemblies of state and union territories. 12 members are nominated. उनको election कुछ नहीं होता. उनको ऐसे ही nominate कर देते हैं. कौन nominate करता है? President. Okay.
What is their work?
As I said, those who have done some extra achievement or extra work, like Sachin Tendulkar, he was a great player. So अगर कुछ sports के बारे में होगा, then he is supposed to sit there and put forth the problems faced by the players. Do they do that? We don't know. But then these members are nominated so that every section of the society gets nomination in Rajya Sabha. Because who will know the problems of sportsmen? Who will know the problems faced by, say, the film industry? उनके कुछ problems होंगे. Or who will know the problems? So therefore, they elect such people. So far, clear? आगे. Qualification. What is the qualification of?
No qualification.
There are many.
There's a list of qualifications.
The Indian citizen 25 years should have their name on the electoral roll. Then should not go anywhere.
Sorry? Because now see, let's see whether Modi fits this. Okay. First condition. Because he said, how did Modi become? That is what he did when he was a young boy, when he was studying. He finished his graduation, he studied law. If you actually read, yes, if you read the biodata history of these politicians, it is not an easy job to get elected and to rule and to consistently win elections. You have to have some extra Yeah, Bal Thackeray never contested elections. Okay. Qualification. What is the first qualification? He should be the citizen of India.
25 years above. 25 years and above.
He should be 25 years
And above.
and above.
Ma'am, why?
Yeah, 25 years. 25 years is the minimum age limit. You are going to become a member of Lok Sabha. You will be participating in debates where you will be making laws. For that, you need to have some maturity and some maturity, some understanding, some more knowledge than what you have now. And then 25 years. Okay.
Should have their name in the electoral roll.
Should have their name vote in the electoral roll.
Should have a sound mind.
Yes.
Subject.
Now,
Psycho.
do you know what is electoral roll?
Yes, yeah. Voting list.
Voting list. तुम्हारा नाम voting list में होना चाहिए. How do you get your name in the voting list?
After 18 above.
बस आज तुम 18 बन गए, तुम्हारा नाम ऑटोमेटिक आ गया.
Voting card.
So you have to register. There's a process of registering yourself as a voter. So you have to have your name in the electoral roll. Then you
Sound
should
mind.
be of sound mind. You should not be insolvent. You should have a sound mind. You should not be
Should not be a proclaimed criminal.
insolvent or
In debt.
See, you should not be insolvent or you should not be in debt. That means you should not be in debt or you should not be in some financial problems.
You should not be a business.
Criminal, you can be a businessman.
Proclaimed criminal.
He should not be a proclaimed criminal.
Should not
Hold any office of profit by the government.
government.
Basically,
He or she should not use the government to do its own.
that means you should not be employed in the government sector. कोई भी government की job नहीं होनी चाहिए. You can have your own personal business. You can work in the private firm, but you should not hold. If you are working, say in BRs, or if you are working in income tax, or if you are working in customs,
At the same time, you cannot be now, but before you could have.
before you can. The minute you decide to contest election, you have to leave your job. You cannot be in the government job, earning government salary, and become contest election. So this is the criteria. पूछा जाता है, बात कर लो. First, citizen of India,
25 years.
25 years.
Name in the electoral list, should not be a proclaimed criminal, no government office, should not be.
I'm giving you 2 minutes.
तो साउंड माइंड और नीचे वाला वो इंश्योरेंस सेम ही है.
नहीं, sound mind is different. Sound mind मतलब
Psycho
shouldn't have any psychological problem.
मेंटल डिसऑर्डर.
If someone has insomnia, then they can't become the president.
They can. Most of the presidents probably have
Yeah,
insomnia.
exactly.
How do they otherwise work for so long? Okay.
तो भाई पानी से
ये पेज
7.
चार ही तो.
Where is your book? You came today just like that? Then where is your book? You know, if you write that, it would be helpful. But now you learn that first. Soham, will you give the answer?
In government office.
No, you should not be employed within any government office. Proclaim criminal. Proclaimed, he should not be a proclaimed criminal. Now what is proclaimed criminal is? तुम्हारे ऊपर किसी ने केस किया होगा लेकिन वो प्रूव नहीं होना चाहिए. If the government, if the judgment दिया है, कोर्ट ने अगर जजमेंट दिया कि तुम क्रिमिनल हो, then you can. केस चल रही है तब तक चल सकता है. केस चल रही है तो चलेगा.
वैसे देखिए you can just pay off the judge who why without that. India is so corrupted.
One minute. Yes. हाँ.
For being a member of Lok Sabha, you should meet the citizen of India. Your age must be 25 years.
Yes. Second point. Third point.
Sound mind and so
That means no debt. You should not be in any debt.
there should be no debt on the person. There should be no criminal records that are proven.
Okay. And your name should be in the.
And the name should be the electoral list.
Yes. Electoral and you should. अरे क्या मतलब एक वर्ड भी दूसरे का सुना नहीं जाता है ना.
Ma'am said that proclaim word is very, very important.
Criminal रहेगा तो
Criminal, no.
Okay, proclaim criminal.
And he should not be working in the government office while he is the member of government.
Okay. Now, what are the qualifications of for being Rajya Sabha members?
Most of them are same except the fact that it should be 30 years and above.
Exactly. The qualification for being Rajya Sabha member is same, exactly same. Only here you should be 25 years. Here you should be 30 years. That's the only difference. Rest all it is same. You should be the citizen of India. Your name should be in the electoral roll. You should have a sound mind. You should not be in debt. You should not be a proclaimed criminal. You should not hold the government office. The only difference is 30 years. What calls for the disqualification of Lok Sabha member? When will he be called disqualified? If it actually does not fulfill any exactly. अगर वो citizen नहीं है, अगर his name is not there in the electoral.
Add not after that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not.
And the same for Rajya Sabha.
Like not submit is in debt.
If he is in debt, then if he is a proclaimed criminal, then he is disqualified. If he still holds the government office, then he is disqualified. Okay. So basically, if he does not satisfy any of this criteria, he is disqualified. He is basically that. Disqualification calls for that. Okay. Other than instead of individually saying the points, that is what it means. If he does not qualify this. If a person gets elected, okay, so he is one of those 550 members of Lok Sabha. Then if they find that if he does not qualify, if he fails to qualify one of these features, then he will be asked to resign. And then that post will become vacant. And elections will be conducted for that particular seat. So what are the different criteria by which the seats can fall vacant? that means a seat can be vacant in Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. If a member resigns, for whatever reason, if he sends his resignation to the chairman, do we have enough time? Okay. If he sends the resignation,
Full Lok Sabha we can finish.
2 minutes.
Two videos. What is that for?
Both is yours.
Is it?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't have the 9th standard today.
Always sir is not there. You have both periods.
Oh, then I
That much is
Line.
अरे घर सच में बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so I saw the wrong timetable. Okay, fine.
Now you can complete Lok
I can
Sabha
complete
now
this.
before.
Okay, now let's have a break now.
अरे रुक बाबा.
No, अभी कौन सा है सिर्फ एक of seat वही बाकी है हो गया फिर बच्चा.
उसके बाद you don't have.
उसके बाद से पार्लियामेंट लोक सभा पूरा करना.
Okay.
Almost plan हो गया भाई.
Now vacation of seats. Vacation of seats means how do Soham? Let's find out how seats become vacant in parliament. I still have to explain. सुन ले. One, if the member sends the resignation, if he resigns himself, then the seat becomes vacant. Okay. If the member remains absent for a period of 60 days. So vacant seat कब होती है? First is resignation. Or if a member remains
Ma'am,
for yes,
ma'am, what if the member is kidnapped?
number of
If the member is kidnapped, what do we do?
Ayan, I was missing you.
Nice creativity.
Okay. 1 minute. One question at a time. Okay. Ayan, so far that has not happened. So if that happens, then 60 days, he'll be kidnapped for 60 days. 2 months is a long time. He'll be dead.
वो 17 years उसको kidnap कर दिया.
लोक सभा का मंदिर
Now he says, he's not a celebrity. What is a celebrity?
हम ऐसी बातें कर रहे हैं. मैम ये तो गलत बात है. इतना
Now, yes, what he said is, see, maybe it has happened. They had kidnapped, they had hijacked the plane. The Indian plane which carried a politician's, Jammu Kashmir's, the chief minister's daughter.
तो मार देंगे. मैं उसको भी जाके क्या करेगा?
She was one of the members. And Indian people, all the other Indian people. You know what I constantly feel, you need a dose in enthusiasm. You can't constantly keep on talking. The thing is, as we cannot even make a loose comment, Indian people marry to kya? No. Not even a single Indian should die for no reason. Actually. And see, US citizen, if the US citizen comes here, they make sure that the protection, the police is entitled to give them protection. Why? Because they make sure our citizens nothing should happen to our citizens. So, and we take the life of Indian citizens very lightly. So no, not even a single citizen of India should die for no reason. The plane was hijacked and they claimed they asked to leave the terrorists which were caught by the India. It was a same Kashmir issue. And the government had to abide by that because they did not want even a single Indian citizen to die for no reason. So we did leave those notorious terrorists.
That is a very
Mild term.
yeah, exactly.
And then if he is a celebrity,
Then one minute. He then asked me a question. What if he takes the permission? Even if he takes the permission, if you take the permission, then it is allowed, but it has to be justified. So if he remains absent for because he is not well or some such solid reason, then it will be agreed. Otherwise, no. Yes.
I mean, if you get.
So if he is taking, if he's resigning for a very stupid reason, is allowed
Then
to go?
resignation is resignation. It can be, he can have any reason that he wants.
So what if he does it for a holiday?
No, yeah, he's saying if he is 60 days absent for 60 days and if he informs beforehand that he is not going to attend for whatever reason. If it's a justified reason, then fine. Otherwise, holidays वगैरह के लिए they don't. Okay.
ma'am, if he's a celebrity like this, then why will he resign from his high post?
Now if he just
अरे
See,
post करते
resign-
हैं, अगर कोई
See, resign. He will resign. One reason. If you are a member of, see, there are so many who are a member of Congress will resign for that post because they want to join some other party.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, or BJP member will resign because he wants to join some other party. You can't simply say, now I'm joining BJP. No, you have won this seat because you are a Congress member. So if you want to join any other party, you need to resign the seat, then and join the party and then get yourself elected again. Okay. So one is resignation. Second is if he remains absent for more than 60 days. Third is if a member becomes subject to any of the disqualification. It is disqualified based on this rules. If a person is already a member of state legislature, suppose Maharashtra, if it's a member of Maharashtra state legislative assembly, he gets nominated, he gets elected for central, this Rajya Sabha, then he will leave this seat. You have to resign. Yeah, he cannot be the member of two legislative assemblies. He cannot be Maharashtra member of Maharashtra State Assembly and member of Lok Sabha. So he has to resign one seat, either that or this. And if a person is disqualified on the grounds of defection, any idea what is defection means? Defection is, there is an anti-defection law.
If the party is doing something and I agree with it.
Yes. If suppose there is if it's a education bill, okay, and the BJP has, I'm just telling you one example, and BJP has put it for voting. Every bill has to be passed in the election, in the parliament, and it's always put to vote. Both the houses. And BJP has put it, and BJP has said, "Arey, sab log ne isko pass karna hai, so give a in favor, give your vote in favor of the bill." If he decides, he's a BJP member, and he decides, I don't want to, I did not like this bill, I will give against, I'll give a vote against it. He cannot go against the party decision. When you are a member of BJP, you have to follow the party decision. If
And what is the use of the voting then?
So, well, yeah, the rules of the voting, yes, that is how it is. You cannot go against the party. So if you go against the party, then it is you will be asked, the party will ask you to resign. Or if you decide to join another party, as we said, that then you will have to resign. That is anti-defection law. So it is said that all the decisions that the party takes, they have to take it unanimously, and the minute you join the party, you agree that you will, उसके पहले पार्टी ने डिस्कस करके डिसाइड करना चाहिए क्या, what should be the bill, what should they do, whether they should go against or, but once it is put to vote in the house, you will not let down your party. You will support your party. That is how it is. Okay, so if that happens, then it is called anti-defection law. We need 5 minutes break. After that, we'll mark these answers. Bye. Parliamentary procedures है ना?
हाँ, हम बताया नहीं आपको. We are going to here. अच्छा, मुझे नहीं पता. I will check and
इतना उम्मीद का है क्या? बोला भी नहीं रहा बस
legislative पढ़ रहे हैं ना हम लोग.
बांग्ला
मार देगा तेरी
मगर तो पकड़ दे
वही तो अगला ही मामला बैठेगा एक दिन हमें बहुत गंदा मारेगा
उसके बाद से नहीं अरे जो एक बड़ा देख रहा है नो भाई भाई तेरे
अरे भाई हम लोग सहन लेते हैं
एक भाई तू बहन से पूछ ये वाली नहीं 9 महीना तो ना वो वाली
मैंने तो बोला है कुछ लड़की के बच्चे
भाई अपने बाप के सब कुछ का भाई
तेरा बाप को ड्रीम मत
आगे में क्वार्टर में ज्यादा भूल गया भाई इतनी आप लोग ने भाई ऐसा नहीं कर रहा
ये मैंने बोला कि देखो
भाई वो वैसे ही
हां तो जुगल तो मेरे को क्या बोल रहा है कुछ ना कुछ
इधर पापा से एक बार इस करते
तेरा बाप तो
ये से मैंने सीखा है मैं
नहीं गाना मत बोलना तेरे माता की बात ना मत करवा तेरा इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छा है
तू करेगा तो भाई मैं
ये बंगाली बहुत अच्छा है
अफ्रीकन भाई
ये बंगाली
ए निका
बंगाली तेरा बाप और मेरी बात
तेरी मां है तेरा बाप है
मेरा बाप ही कांड उठा रहा था
भाई ना तेरे को पहले क्या बात
ए जो तुझे जब तक मैं
गाना जाओ
हां और बोलेगा और बोलेगा ये सारा के पॉप लेगा ये वाला अरे ये काटो भाई तो मत चेक कर भाई नहीं भाई नाटक मत कर बहुत बेकार है भाई ये अरे उसको बोला तो मेरे को बोल रहा सारा लड़की का फोटो
तेरी मां का वो डरिका भाई माता मेरे को
भाई
क्या हां भाई तू वोट मत दिखा तेरे को डर करूं मैं अरे क्या
पीछे ना की तरफ में इधर नहीं और तू तो बहुत बोलता कपड़े नहीं कर पहनने को है ना भाई सारा मारने का बढ़िया एक चीज सरकार देगा तो भाई औकात में जीने का सारा मारने की ये लाइव कर रहा है वो निकल गया क्या है बहुत पढ़ भाई
बहुत कम है ये चैप्टर से।
अरे भाई बहुत कम है एक टेंटेटिव है भाई सुनीता इसको हिंदी में पढ़ना नहीं आता विलियम्स का वो भी चढ़िया वाला फोन बोलते हैं हाँ भाई ये सामने जाते हो क्या खाली है वरुण नहीं आज
I might check ma'am very lessons there.
बहुत क्वेश्चन कर रहे मैम बहुत क्वेश्चन
Ma'am, I just marked one.
How come I did not get it?
Ma'am, I have to do all the titles that is there.
ऐसा कौन करता है सीधा क्रॉस करना तो नहीं करना
मैं वैसे नहीं करती, क्लास में पागल है, कभी चेंज कर देगा मुझे कुछ करना।
हमारी मैम तो
उसी मैम भाई ऊपर नहीं बोलती you can omit this
if you want to
yes
if you want to you can learn if you don't want to
Zero R is not
you
there.
can learn.
Only question till question asked. Okay, fine.
हम लोग को पूरा मुझसे पढ़ाते थे कटवाना
ये इंसान का ऐसा बढ़ना चाहिए
जिंदगी भर
आगे बढ़ते रहना चाहिए
Parliamentary procedures, a brief idea of sessions, forum, question hour. Adjournment, confidence motions, election, and any core function. Position, qualification, membership, election term, deciding officer. Roles and So the relationship is not there. You all signed on that Let's mark some of the answers before we go.
इसको समझ में नहीं आती
Yes. Now at the beginning, let's mark some of the answers and then go on.
Ma'am, I have
You can mark it. Help her. Okay. Marking the first question. Name the 3 levels of government in a federal setup in India. Continue. These answers are very easy. One minute. No, Ameya's answer. First question. Name the 3 levels of government in a federal setup in India. No. 3 sets of government.
Central state
Central, state,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and
पंचायत और म्यूनिसिपल। अभी किसने बात करने को बोला तुमको?
मैम मुंह का सकते हैं
हमने कुछ काम कर रहा है
नेक्स्ट मैम नाइट आपकी
Ameya, that was a very uncalled for comment, and you go and sit there on the last page.
reflection corner
हमारे लिए लड़ते लड़ते
So, you video,
Second one.
second, name the law-making body of the union government.
judiciary
Oh, law legislative,
sorry
So, or the parliament. Simple language में कहो the parliament. The parliament is the or the union legislature or the parliament. Union legislature means the parliament. Okay, so parliament, which is what is the law-making body? Legislature or the parliament.
Only parliament or union parliament.
Parliament will also do. Only parliament. Then union parliament. Okay, parliament will also do. Name the main constituents of Indian parliament. Yes.
Rajya Sabha.
And president. President, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Okay. President, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha are the main constituents. Do you want to mark this answer?
No ma'am, we can write there.
Yes, you can write there. President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Name the two houses of Indian Parliament.
house of people council
Okay, or
lok sabha Rajya Sabha.
Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, that is easy. So write that. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. What is the maximum strength of members of Lok Sabha?
Ma'am.
Ma'am, you missed the fifth question.
Is it?
Yes ma'am.
What is the fifth question in your book?
Who
Who
determines
determines salaries and allowance of the members of parliament?
President.
No.
How come president does not work? This is
सब काम करेगा।
उसको टाइम नहीं है.
Let's check.
Prime Minister.
Lok Sabha.
President, how have? Yes, so much other work.
वो भी कुछ काम कर रहा
Exactly. Ma'am, you can miss that question and then we go ahead.
No, he only sanctions.
You will sanction everything.
I think the parliament only decides.
Parliament will do.
The parliament itself decides. The members only decide. Recently, some few years back, they increased their salary.
How much do you get?
Must be a lot.
है
For a month.
should join
45 lakhs
45 lakhs. ये
Are you sure?
Correct check है ये.
Prime Minister gets
I'm very
3 plus.
इतना हमें बोल रहा है इस हिसाब से तो मोदी को तक खरीदेना चाहिए
See, I remember last time when there was something, it had come as 1 lakh something. But then if he says, you speak so confidently, is there somebody
बहुत जरूर देखता है ना.
you know someone who's a PA or in civil service?
मोदी
works with cabinet minister of
Okay. And so otherwise I would have searched on Google. No, but if you are saying so confidently that last what I had read, but they did increase it that much, I know. So yes, if he says 3 lakhs, then yes, the Prime Minister must be earning a bigger, slightly more than that. No, not 10 lakhs. No, it is 1 lakh.
3,40,000.
That is Chief Minister. That's what he said. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
We said 60,000.
No,
How does Modi have that jacket if he earns so less?
Sorry, Ayan, you found out something?
Ma'am, how does Modi have that costly jacket if he earns so less?
See, most of the things for them are free. It's like most.
Most of the things that they have to buy, they buy or
3,30,000
is
normal salary.
अरे महाराष्ट्र का इतना salary of
I am not seeing of Maharashtra
no.
member of parliament Lok Sabha.
okay. 3,30,000.
3,30,000. That's right.
Okay. 3,30,000 member of parliament. Got it? Okay. We will, children, my textbook doesn't have that question, so
Yours is that
parliament है.
sure na?
Google बोल रहा है.
Fifth answer is parliament because they themselves put to vote and they decide.
Judy decide करो अपना salary.
अपना decide करो. इसको जितना चाहिए ऐसा नहीं 10 तेरा 20
मेरा
20 तेरा 40 20 मेरा तेरा तुमका तेरा एक मेरा
Okay, next question. What is the maximum strength of members? 550.
Yes,
So, did you get the answer? Do you have a book? Who is empowered to summon or to dissolve the law? President.
President.
But it is the president.
नंबर ऊपर लिखा है ना ज्यादातर का प्रेसिडेंट
President.
Okay.
So one line question क्यों है? How many members of the Lok Sabha elected? 2.
Okay, fine. I'll go to the next part.
But how many members of the Lok Sabha elected?
How many?
How many members of the Lok Sabha elected? 230, 248.
All. Lok Sabha, all.
सारे लोग तो आंसर क्या होगा
Oh, sorry.
आंसर क्या होगा
कौन सा?
ये इसका डिपार्टमेंट देखिए
How are the members of Lok Sabha
Not more
elected?
than 530 members from.
How is directly elected by the people of India? Directly elected by the people of
Ma'am, so
India.
we don't have to mention the numbers.
The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people of India. In my textbook, it is on page 163.
we can write there
Okay, then write there. Directly elected by the members. Sorry, directly elected by the people of India. We're still doing the question. Let's go ahead. Okay, अभी questions करते हैं. क्या इसके आगे के questions हैं नहीं. Questions 4.
Forum is display, right?
Now will come. We have finished term. We have done qualification. Now Parliament has to follow some procedure. Okay. जब वो session start होता है. What is a session? Session basically means a meeting. Okay. वहाँ पे कुछ discipline होना चाहिए. There has to be some, let's say, rules and regulations to follow. Now, who calls for the session? The president. The president calls for the session, every session. There should not be, like, the time gap between two sessions should be less than 6 months. Okay, that you need to remember. There are basically 3 sessions in a year. What are these sessions? Very good. There is Diwali Adhination. That is winter session. So there are 3 sessions. One is budget,
budget session.
Budget session.
Monsoon and winter.
Monsoon session and winter session. Most of the times the winter session is held. Any idea what is the capital of Maharashtra?
Nagpur.
What is the capital of Maharashtra? Mumbai.
Nashik.
Second capital is Nagpur. Maharashtra has two capitals.
Is it the only state that has capital? That's the reason.
Gujarat also hai.
And then we
Must be. But one is Mumbai. First two sessions are held in Mumbai. The winter session is held in Nagpur. But that is about state legislative assembly. Lok Sabha sessions are held in New Delhi. New Delhi only. Okay. So there are three.
Delhi खराब होने के बाद मुंबई का
sections.
Sorry.
Where do they do the sections for Maharashtra?
The state legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. It is called.
Where is it?
It is in Churchgate. Mantralaya. It's called Mantralaya.
विधान परिषद
Yes, Vidhan Bhavan. Mantralaya is the office. Yeah. Okay. So here Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha together, Parliament has 3 sessions. This is also asked many times. Budget, monsoon session and winter session. The budget session lasts from February to May, monsoon July, August, and winter session is from November.
So that means there is one budget session for.
only one which only takes place in the month of January.
That must be the winter session. Now, quorum. There is something called, yes? Session means meeting.
हमारा इसमें भी definition नहीं
There is no definition as such. Session means meeting. You know, the session for the schools will begin. Session means the first session. First session means first term. First term. The school session begins. Session means the work, basically.
welcome session.
The welcome session. Any meeting or the work of that particular office. Then there is this term called quorum. Now, what is the meaning of quorum? Boys, pay attention. Quorum means the minimum number of members that are required to carry out the function. Okay. The total strength is 550. All members will not be present every time, but there has to be a standard. There is a standard number. So quorum means the number of members that are required to be present to carry out the function of the parliament. That is the quorum. What is the quorum then? For Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it is the 1/10 of the total strength. So out of 550, at least 55 members should be present. Only then the parliament can function.
And how many members are needed to pass the
1/3 actually. So only then, so 1/10, so at least session chalu ho. If the quorum is not, if it does not meet the quorum, then the chairman or the president can dissolve or temporarily dissolve the parliament. So at least 55 members should be there to carry out the discussion, to pass the bills.
Now, why would it dissolve the parliament if people are not attending?
Terminate it for a short period. Dissolve मतलब
what we will
terminate. आज का दिन नहीं काम कर सकते क्योंकि 55 members भी नहीं है. एक दिन के लिए terminate कर दे. It is called termination. So sorry. Terminate. हाँ आज का दिन घर 40 ही member है.
रोज 40 आ रहे हैं.
फिर उनके against action लीजिए.
Name अलग बन रहा है.
And who will take the action?
The speaker. Usually.
Om Birla.
And who elects the speaker?
The members will come to
Council of Ministers.
the members of the parliament themselves elect. Then there is something called after quorum you have something called questioner. The session of the parliament starts at 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Now 11. It's a standard time. So all mostly the government offices start by 10 or 11. So here 9. Okay. This starts at 11 o'clock and the first hour of every working day of Lok Sabha is for questions. And that is known as question hour. So from 11 to 12 starts the question. So here members can ask any question related to any topic which is of public importance. कुछ तो public importance का होना चाहिए. So only then they can ask the question. Yes?
How much time does the Lok Sabha work?
How much time does Lok Sabha?
That means what is the session time?
11 to 12 is the question hour. 12 to
That
1.
means total like 12 hours, 6 hours.
So I think 6, 11 to 5 if I'm not wrong. 11 to 5 or 6.
Okay, ma'am.
Out of that 1 hour maybe lunch break.
The president attends these sessions. No. Nice.
Very nice. Illegal work.
So 11 to 12 you have 1 hour of question hour. Every member has a right to ask questions.
1 घंटे में कितने?
550 लोग कैसे करेंगे?
550 पूछते ही नहीं.
वो एक दो बंदे पूछते हैं.
Now this right that every member has to ask question, this right is known as interpellation. Interpellation. The right of the member to ask question and seek answer from the government.
Almost when you ask the question directly means answer or
No. So there is a method. Okay. Now all the questions, if I want to ask if I'm a minister, if I want to ask the question and let's say Soham is the minister. Okay. There are अरे क्या सोहम कहाँ से मैंने नाम लिया? There are 3 types of questions. Okay, one is starred question, one is unstarred question, and the third one is short notice question. So it is starred, unstarred, and short notice. Now suppose if I need to ask a question and I'm expecting an answer, then it cannot be a surprise, no? It cannot be a surprise. Like I have to give him a notice of 10 days. See the minister, I need to give the minister. time होना ही चाहिए, क्योंकि whatever I'm going to ask is going to be a like if recently I was just for when I was just going through this, see there is something called there is live telecast of these sessions going on TV every day.
Why do they?
Okay, either to support or to boost up. To support. Yeah, Disha. That the constantly okay, so then this man was asking a question to telecom minister, and his question was, he was from Rajasthan, and there is this section in his area, in his constituency, they don't get good internet connection. That was his problem. He said, in my region, there are people and therefore students, businessmen, they constantly face problem. Now, if I'm going to ask a question, it has to be of public importance. It is a matter of public importance today. Not having internet connectivity, good internet connectivity. So, and then if I want to ask this question, I will first give a notice to the minister. अभी minister को सब कुछ मालूम नहीं होता. Minister is just a face. There is entire bureaucracy. पीछे जो IAS officers वगैरह होते हैं ना, they are the ones who are working. They are the ones who make the policy, implement the policy. Okay. So this minister will find out the information कि भाई कहाँ investment हुआ है, कहाँ antennas वो जो कुछ towers है वो बनाए गए हैं. All that information he will find out. For that, I need to give him 10 days. So starred questions are those questions by which I give a time to the minister of 10 days, and then he will answer. And then I can even counter question him for that. So he will be prepared. I give him time to prepare for 10 days. That is starred question. Okay.
So these 10 days, like, will he send the question to the minister and then he'll get the answer on the session?
You have to give it to the chairperson of the Lok Sabha.
During the session or
before the session? Before the session. Before the session, it is like you coming and giving me the question. I am the teacher, and then I will tell him if he is in charge of, something that look, there is a question regarding your department. Find out the information, and you've got 10 days time. So you should be ready with your questions, because whatever information he gives, you can even ask counter questions on for him. Okay, so those are starred questions. So when you submit a question, you make a asterisk mark on it. That is a starred question.
I mean, which language is that?
Usually mostly English, Hindi, English, or regional language also, and it can be regional language also. We have the translators. If you see the UN, they sit there with their microphones.
Yeah.
So that headsets, where that gets translated automatically. There are some 5 official languages in UN: English, French, Hindi is not. English, French,
German.
I think one of the Chinese, and one of the Arabic languages, if I'm not sure.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, is there someone sitting and translating everything and then talking in the mic?
Sorry.
How does it get translated?
It gets translated. You have to press the button in which language you want the thing to get translated, because there are so many people who only understand French, or there are so many who don't understand English. So there is something called, even you can try that. There is something called Google Translate on every phone. If you download that app. No, whatever he asked, how will it get translated? So if there is that app, you can show.
Sanskrit to English.
वो संस्कृत सुनते संस्कृत में
आपको पढ़ा है संस्कृत?
So now, start question you understood. There is something called and these answers are given in orally. The answers are given orally. If it is an unstarred question, then the answers are given in written form. And then you cannot ask the counter questions.
For the unstarred.
Unstarred ones. Okay, the unstarred answers are given in written format, and then there is no supplementary question. So if you give me a written question, I pass it to him, he writes the answers and he gives it to the person. That is unstarred. If it's a starred one, then in the assembly, during the question hour, he will ask the question and the minister will answer the question, and there will be supplementary questions asked. Okay. And then there is something called short notice questions. Now, short notice questions are, he doesn't have to give the 10-day notice or short notice. He can give less than 10 days. And these questions are usually of more importance, some great importance. If it is like COVID-like situation, or if there is some accident, if there is a financial problem, whatever.
I got a message at my hotel that I have to borrow.
Now, importance se jana, it is, but the minister can deny the notice, the short notice. I can't give this answer.
And if the asking minister has a
I'm sure it's a
about any
No, it will not be of great importance. If he wants immediate, urgent answers on something, then.
So will I have to specify it is a short notice question?
Yes, sir.
the minister has a doubt. Is
a doubt.
Yeah. So हम छोड़ दो ना.
Then what should it be? The start of
He has a doubt. The one of
it
the
needs to be clarified for the people.
see, the minister will not have the doubt. You mean the member of the Lok Sabha?
And suppose if he has a doubt and he's the financial minister. And
He is a member of Lok Sabha.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's asking he's asking the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And which should be star room or abstract question?
It depends on him how he wants it. Does he have many questions? Does he?
Many.
Then it should be a start one क्योंकि उसने जो answer दिया उसके ऊपर वो counter question भी करेगा. मगर if he thinks he does not have many questions, counter questioning करने की जरूरत नहीं है, then he might give a question in writing and he will give the answer in writing for his speech. So if there is a question like there is no road coming in my village, okay, no pakka road nahi hai. So if he can give the question to him saying that what are your the transport. Yeah, whatever. Civil minister, that what are you going to do?
But that small road should be
I'm just giving you an example. Of course, it will be under panchayat and all that. I'm just giving you an example. Yes.
Ma'am, 0 hour, can the minister deny any questions?
Yes. The minister can deny, but he is not supposed to deny. If it's a starred question, he cannot deny. If it's a short notice question, only then. He is here. He is there in the reason. Therefore, 10 days are given. No. 10 days are given for him to prepare. They can't make stories. और Lok Sabha में है भाई. They can't make stories. Exactly. So he is expected. See, he is expected to come up with correct answers. According to her, 0 hour is cancelled. 0 hour means after question hour starts 0 hour, 12 to 1. लंच ब्रेक के पहले वाला जो है वो 0 hour है and that is the time anybody can ask questions to anybody. That is the 0. 1 o'clock को लंच ब्रेक हो जाता है. 12 to 1 is लंच ब्रेक के पहले 1 घंटा is 0. नहीं, question hours is 11 to 1, 12. 12 to 1 is 1 hour probably. And they'll have nice canteen. And they have to pay, I've heard they have to pay some very nominal amount like 5 rupees and 7 rupees. Okay. So we talked about quorum. You understood what is quorum?
Yes.
What is quorum? I have not asked him anything. Okay, Durvesh, give the answer.
Minimum amount.
What is quorum?
Number of members required to
Carry out the work of the parliament. And what is the quorum? What is this minimum number?
55. 110.
1/10 of the total strength. 1/10 of the total strength. Now, you know what is question hour? What time the question hour starts? That's it. What are the different types of questions? That's right. How much duration? How much time period does a start question needs? 10 days. Okay, you should give a preparation time of 10 days. Now we'll talk about the motions. There are motion is a formal proposal. Okay, what is the motion? Motion is a formal proposal made by any member to that they should take up, that the house should take up this particular topic, should take up a particular topic for discussion. That is motion. Okay, I make a motion means any member of parliament can make a proposal to start a particular topic for discussion. Okay, or a particular activity. There is something called, there are two types of motions: adjournment motion and no confidence motion. Adjournment means they should keep aside everything that they are doing and they should take this particular matter for discussion. Okay, that is called adjournment. This should be of great importance, like railway accident or any terrorist attack. Then large number of people have died.
Bombing.
Or
all of the same for this forum question and same for answer.
what? Yes. So it has to be something, a railway accident where there has been a large number of people have died, or some attack, or some rain accident, I said. And then there is flooding, devastating flooding, or huge drought side of, sorry, or what we have, wildfires, or what we have, any epidemic or pandemic, whatever. These are urgent and they need urgent solutions. And for that, there is adjournment motion. Okay? Adjournment means अभी जो कुछ चल रहा है वो बंद करो और अभी ये टॉपिक पे डिस्कशन चल रहा है. So adjourn whatever is happening right now, adjourn the business and only discuss the current topic. Okay? So that is adjournment. And any member can propose the adjournment motion. What What is no confidence motion? Yes.
About this communal tension.
Communal tension means when there are there are fights between two groups. So Hindu-Muslim riots become a communal tension. Yes, we have to. As a Hindu-Muslim riot. Otherwise, otherwise there will be no peace. So, no confidence motion. Now, what is no confidence motion? The parliament, or let's say the prime minister and the council of ministers, can remain in power only as long as they have the confidence of the house. That means the support of the house. The minute they lose the confidence of house here I mean parliament, okay? The confidence of the house, they have to, the prime minister has to resign and the council of ministers gets dissolved. It's a long process. If they can't come up with new prime minister, then the general elections will be conducted. Okay. So
for that period, then the country will be under.
For that period, either the country will be under the president's rule, or they will give a time period for the prime minister. But that also does not happen. And the
governors.
Yeah, the president's rule. For some time. So if a member, if any member of the parliament says that we have no confidence in the government in the sense the prime minister and the council of ministers, this motion has to be supported by at least 50 members. It has to be proposed by at least 50 members. If I say I don't have confidence in this government, then I need, and if I support, your confidence means support.
And that means I don't support them.
Number is not even a yeah, 50 members.
Yeah. So here, if
at least 57.
So if I say I don't trust this government, I don't believe in, I don't have confidence in this government, then I must, when I give a written complaint that I don't have, everything has to be written. ऐसे मैं हवा में बोल दूँगी तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Okay. So if I say, then I must have 50 supporters saying that yes, we don't support this government. We don't support. And then in 10 days time, the prime minister has to prove the confidence. Then the no confidence motion is put in practice.
Has this ever happened?
Yes, it has happened. It has happened 2-3 times. So, and during that time, every vote counts. Then again, there is a openly, they sit there, all the parliament is there in the, they are called, every member is called. If they want to come, they come. And then again, it is put to vote. And you have to vote in favor or against the government. In, I think it was 2000 or 1990 when, this is what I know because it was shown live on television and the whole India was watching. When Atal Bihari Vajpayee was prime minister and no confidence motion was declared and he lost by 1 vote. And he had to step down from the prime ministership. The whole this got dissolved. And there were re-elections. And no, after that there were many other governments, 2-3 governments. But that was later. No, after this, again there were elections. Then there was Chandrababu Naidu and all those ministers who became the prime minister. That was again for a short period. Then I think from 2001 or 1990, I think then there was this coalition. Since then we have coalition. From 1990 we have coalition. That is different groups. Even today BJP is the main party, but there are some 20-30 small parties which have joined hands. So it's not
What
just.
will happen if the opposition, suppose Congress, is the 50,
Okay, today if they give, then it is difficult because the BJP and the supporters, their strength is more. The number is more. If some of them decide to go on the side, some of them decide on the last minute to vote against BJP or the existing UPA, then they will go NDA, sorry, existing NDA, then there might be. So that is no confidence motion. It's very important and this paper. Okay, so the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers requires the confidence support of the Parliament. It is called no confidence motion. इसका नाम ही no confidence motion. हम लोग को ये गवर्नमेंट पे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है.
Sleeping beauty.
I know.
True beauty.
शांति. अभी थोड़ा टाइम रुक जाओ. No confidence हो गया. Now, do you have adjournment and prorogation? You don't have, no? Yeah, many times they do. There's usually no questions asked. Speaker of the Lok Sabha, do I have time because you have to mark some of the answers. Let's mark some of the answers. What is the quorum to hold the meeting of the Lok Sabha? 160. Okay, in my textbook it is 166. In yours it is 165. The quorum of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. See the third line. The quorum of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is 1/10 of the total membership of each house. Mila? What is the quorum to hold the meeting of Lok Sabha? The quorum of the Lok Sabha is 1/10 of the total membership. Mila kya? When do you plan to get your book? Next. How about you? When are you going to mark all the answers? In the meantime? How are the speakers? See question number 23. In my textbook it is 23. Probably in yours it is 24. What is adjournment motion? It is 27. It is 27. What is adjournment motion? So page 166. Page 166. An adjournment motion means a proposal to lay aside all other business and take up a definite matter of urgent importance. Adjournment motion 26. 27. What is adjournment motion? Answer is on page 166. That adjournment motion means a proposal to lay aside all other business and take up a definite matter of urgent importance. Name the list which distributes the subjects of legislation between union and state. है क्या वो question? 28. Just write union list and state list. Union list, state list, and concurrent list. Union list, state list, and concurrent list. Mention any one of the circumstances under which the seat of a member of the parliament becomes vacant.
When he or she doesn't come for 60 days. And then doesn't follow any kind of qualification.
Page 165 in my book.
Yeah.
Sorry?
After 60 member of parliament.
After?
60 होते ना
There is no upper limit. Only there is lower limit. If a member resigns, the easy one is the first one. If a member resigns his seat by writing to the speaker, just place.
He is not a citizen of.
I mean, then he will not get elected only.
You won't get marks only for that.
But afterwards they get to know he is not a citizen.
अरे हाँ but
I mean, it is not.
सब लेंगे तब इलेक्टेड
They'll do a full on background check.
He's born and brought up here. He's born here. See, there was a case that Sonia Gandhi was not the prime minister, was not the citizen of India till Rajiv Gandhi became the prime minister. She had not taken the citizenship of India.
Where was she born and brought up?
She was born in Italy and then she was in UK.
Italy. What exactly?
And then how was she allowed to be the prime minister?
Sorry?
And then how was she allowed to be the prime minister?
She did not become a prime minister. She became the citizen. She was not the citizen till Rajiv Gandhi. Her husband became the prime minister. And then she became. After that, she became the prime minister.
Oh.
She had not taken the citizenship. Okay. I'll continue because most of the questions are on the other part. क्योंकि उसके questions थोड़े अलग होते हैं इसलिए मुझे
टाइम पास कर रही है पढ़ रहे
से मतलब हमें
She's writing down everything.
इसका मतलब किसी को बोले
Okay. Next is Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Now, जैसे एक class में to control this class, you need a teacher.
That is an understatement.
Sorry? You need? Ayan, you said something?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, or I don't know, in your school, do you have this practice of monitor? Yes.
And we have a practice, but they are corrupt.
Now we'll talk about Lok Sabha and the presiding officer. The presiding officer of Lok Sabha is the speaker. As I said, you know, if you ever watch that live telecast of, do it. It's interesting. If you ever watch the live telecast of Lok Sabha, you will realize they are just like you. Even though they are all above the age of 40, 45. There is, So they keep talking or they keep disturbing the meetings, and then therefore they need somebody to monitor them respectfully, because all these are older members and all these are members in power. So he is the speaker. What do? The Lok Sabha members elect one person from among themselves to be the speaker. So if you people are Lok Sabha members, then in that case, you all will decide and elect, let's say, her as the speaker. Payan. And you all decided to elect Payan.
What is the meaning of
Okay. Can we go ahead? So you all elect her as the speaker. Her job is, or the job of the speaker is, to conduct the business of the house. And he occupies a great place of authority. So all the questions, everything, all the business of the Lok Sabha is addressed to the Lok Sabha, to the speaker. If anybody wants, whenever, kiski jagah, whose place should I change now? You did? You did? So you first functions you have to learn. Yes, any four. So one thing you need to remember, how is he elected? From among the speaker, from among the members themselves. Okay. The members of the Lok Sabha elect one person as a speaker from among themselves. Okay. Then there is also one person elected as a deputy speaker. So in his absence, the deputy speaker works. The speaker, he presides over all the meetings of Lok Sabha. The business of Lok Sabha is everything is addressed to the speaker. If you see that, that's why I said, if you ever watch, they will, every member will stand up and say, Mr. Speaker. They will address him first and ask a question. The person who's giving the answer will address the speaker and then answer. So the speaker is given a lot of importance. The speaker carries out, he actually tells and sets the rules of the procedure. He is the one, all the bills are signed by him. And he decides if a particular bill is a money bill or not. See, the money bill is very, very important because the money bill can be introduced only and only in Lok Sabha. It cannot be introduced. Otherwise, any other bill, any member can introduce any other bill in any of the house. Can first come to Rajya Sabha, they can discuss it, pass it, and then send it to Lok Sabha. Or it can originate, it can be discussed first in Lok Sabha, then can go to Rajya Sabha. But money bill is one such bill which is very, very important. It cannot be introduced anywhere else. It will be only and only introduced in Lok Sabha. It will be passed by Lok Sabha and it will be then sent to Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha does not have many rights over this money bill. They will give few suggestions, but Lok Sabha has the right to deny those suggestions. So Lok Sabha therefore is very, very powerful when it comes to money bill and for most of the time, most of the other bills also. Every question, as I said, is addressed to the speaker. He decides which question will be asked or which question is right to ask. He will give the permission for the questions to be asked. He puts the issues to vote and he announces the results also. Whenever the discussions are on, he maintains a discipline. Members of the house, you might have seen. He can't do much. He can only do that. Shanti rakhiye. Sometimes he stands up. Shanti rakhiye. There is something called. So, there is something. It's a very.
Gavel.
What is it?
And he uses hammer.
It's not nobody disrespects the speaker. Only once that I don't know what is it. It's called staff or something.
Ma'am, it's called the gavel.
What?
Gavel.
अरे बाबा wait ना.
Gavel.
Tandem no?
No, Gavel.
Gavel.
अगर बोला ना उसके पीछे भी ग्रुप ही बुला
Yes,
Gavel.
Yes ma'am, it is correct.
Gavel. Okay. So that is his authority. That is what he only one member he took that and ran because it was in complete chaos. That member was removed from the house because that was he was for Okay. Oh my God. Okay, 1 minute. So now you understood money bill. Where do we introduce the money bill? Yes. Only and only in Lok Sabha.
मेरे को लगता नहीं
Bye. सोहम आज क्या खा के आए थे?
तेरी शक्ल देख के भाई ऐसा हो गया था ऐसा लगे ये वो देखे कुछ देखे बच्चा आ रहा था कपड़े